Nigel, a 2-0 defeat to Kortrijk tonight. Did we deserve that?
It doesn't really matter whether we deserved it or not. That's the outcome. The chances that we created, we weren't clinical with. They had a couple of opportunities and took them. So it's the nature of football sometimes. And maybe if you look at the difference between a 1A side and a 1B side, tonight's an example of us not maximising the chances that we've had. But I don't have any real complaints about the commitment of the players and the way that we applied ourselves. I think there was we created some good situations. But as always, when you get chances, you've got to be able to take them. And I think tonight, to concede just on half time and a poor goal to give away as well, you know, that knocked us back somewhat. And but like I said, the chances that we created and the half chances that came along didn't quite work for us. So, you know, we live to fight another day, but we'll need to be that bit better against Zulte on Friday night now.
You mentioned the timing of that first goal, and there seems to be a lot of confusion around it. What did you see of it?
Well, I think firstly I have to say that got no complaints about the decision. I think what the VAR did is created a bit of uncertainty and anxiety, and maybe built people's hopes up that it wasn't a goal, but ultimately it was a correct decision. I think what would benefit using this sort of system would be to, a bit like it happens in rugby back at home, or international rugby in particular, where you can actually hear the debate that's going on. I think that would be beneficial. Ultimately, I can't complain about it. It's just the timing of it and the disappointment that we have to concede such a sloppy goal, really, for us. Second half, I was more pleased with how we went about the game. The tempo was better, the intensity of our play was better, and consequently, we put them under more pressure, but just didn't find the way of converting that pressure into a goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, despite the outcome of the game, did the application of your players in spells tonight please you?
Yeah, more so in the second half, but there were some good performances out there as well. So I mean, I'm not being, I don't want to be overly critical, but I think if we are aiming to be more able to have a successful season, we've got to set our standards as high as possible. So even at this late stage of the season, where in many people's eyes there's not a great deal to play for, as far as I'm concerned, I'm looking at setting the standards as high as possible, and my expectations of the players remains exceptionally high, and I expect them to set their own standards to be high. It's not easy, especially when you're playing against sides from 1A who are quite accomplished, and you've got to remember that Kortrijk in the second part of the season finished the season with an exceptionally strong run. So they are a team in form and have been for a while, and our two performances against them, although we've lost both games, it could have been a different story. So I have to reflect on these performances with a bit of an open mind, really.